How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the House of Business Podcast. This is your host, Caleb Thompson, and I would like to welcome everyone in. Thank you guys for watching these podcasts, watching these talks. It's truly an honor to want to be heard by, just by diverse, cultures, diverse personalities, backgrounds, traditions, people from different countries as well. So I would like to thank you guys for listening to this podcast, listen to, everything that we do here at the House of Business Podcast 2.0. Hopefully the information that we give you guys will be able to bless you, be able to help you. Once again, this is the place where we give you the knowledge to execute your dreams and visions. And it's going to be a good one. So in this episode, we have, what we're going to be talking about is building dreams from dust. Building dreams from dust. If anyone knows about building dreams from dust, it's me myself. And they would say, okay, so what do you know about building dreams from dust? Well, I want to help you to understand something. And what I want to help you to understand is that I grew up in a household. My mom and dad had 14 children. We didn't inherit any trust fund money. None of us was trust fund babies. My dad actually worked his entire life to take care of those kids. I actually had, you would say with so many children, why would you have more? But he actually had 4 other kids outside of my mom. So my mom and dad had 14 children together, and then my dad had 4 other kids. So it was 7 boys and 7 girls, and my mom's 14. And then there was 4 other boys and 4 other girls. No, he actually had 8 other kids. 4 other boys and 4 other girls to make 22 of us, which is 11 boys and 11 girls. But out of this entire family, no one was rich. No one had money. No one was an entrepreneur. And if someone was an entrepreneur, it's probably short-lived. It wasn't to the point where they had a status to break the generational curse of poverty off their entire family. So I know about the building dreams from dust. So I'm going to give you 3 talk points. And these 3 talk points is going to start with, number 1 is, when you're building dreams from dust, I want you to know something. Just like I said, I didn't have the money, the finances, or didn't even have the support that I needed to really excel and go to the next level. And even though I didn't have the support to excel and go to the next level, my number 1 talk point is I want you to understand why a lack of finances, support, can be your greatest asset. And I'm going to show you why this can be your greatest asset. A lack of financial support, where you don't really have the capital, or you really don't even have any profit and loss statements. You have a dream, but you have no investors. You have no one that's really backing you or supporting that dream to the point where you can generate capital on your own. Sometimes you just need that little push. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get it. So you have to understand, man, me growing up, do not get me wrong. There are some entrepreneurs out here that hasn't went through the nitty gritty of having to be resilient. They just prospered. There are people that started businesses in their mother's front room. There are people who started businesses in their in their parents' basement that actually scaled to incredible heights, but they had the support. Maybe not first off. Somebody, maybe the family wanted to see if they were serious or not, but they had that financial backing within the family to help them to excel, to go to the next level. Now, what I'm talking about is building dreams from dust. That means that, there's all kind of generational curses. The family doesn't get along. Especially in black culture, man, there's a lot of scattering going on. The fatherless are not in the household. Everyone's living in poverty. Everybody's living above their means, or celebrating, just making it through another week of work. No one that really has the entrepreneurial mindset. I hate to say this, and I'm not talking about the black culture. There are certain individuals that have excelled to such a caliber that their family is taken care of, well off, and that's where we want to get. So I'm not down to anyone who had the support. That's where we want to. That's where every family wants to get their family structure to a point to be financially stable for multiple generations and multiple generations to come, to establish that. Financial wealth throughout generations. So that's where we initially want to be. That is the end goal. So let's not mistake that with me saying that's wrong. But number one, it helps to build resilience. So we do not have the capital. When you start business or you go into business, you just have the idea. You really have to lay the foundation down of that business. And what that means is that even though you don't have the capital right off, there are some, let me help you to understand something. There are some experiences that you are going to gain building a business that you're not going to gain just from your day-to-day customer experience with the vendors, manufacturers, things of that sort. Now you will gain that experience that you need once you step into that level. But as far as you just having a dream, having a business, going forward, you are going to miss out on a lot of experiences that's going to build that mental toughness, that's going to give you that emotional intelligence, that's going to give you that character of leadership that comes from struggle. Number two is having nothing forces creativity. When you have nothing, it forces creativity. Now I'm going to tell you a story about when I became a chef in my younger years. And when I became a chef in my younger years, how I became the best chef is that when I grew up with nothing. I could make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of two pieces of cardboard. I could make the best sandwich out of the best out of anything. So when you don't have anything, it forces creativity. It forces creativity. So I want you to understand that having nothing forces creativity. Now, it's only two things you can do. You can fall into a hopeless state where you feel like everything is hopeless, or you can allow that having nothing to force creativity. There's nothing like being backed into a wall where you have to think your way out of a situation. There's only two things. Either you can fall into that state of hopelessness where you allow society to control you and you will kind of bow down to society. You will put yourself under a tyrant or a oppressor, whether that's a parent, a boss, or someone that truly doesn't see your value. You traded in your value, your potential, your dreams, just to make some money and to be mistreated when you know you deserve better. Now, that's one route that you can take. But having nothing or having a lack of finances, capital, support, it forces creativity. Okay, so number three is it develops character. And the first point that we're talking about is understand why a lack of finance support can be your greatest asset, when you're trying to build your dreams from dust. So number two is understanding that everyone will not see your vision or everyone will not support your vision. It's not, the vision is not given to everyone else. Do you know, I've met so many people oh my God, man, the system is built to keep you trapped in the inside of it. That means that now I'm going to say this, whether people like it or not, there are higher ranked covens, witches, warlocks, secret societies that have the job to keep the system in order, in place. That's when you see a lot of people coming up missing. When you see a lot of people that are speaking against certain things in the system, they come up missing, they die. If there's natural resources that have been brought to the light that could help heal you quicker than just probably natural fruits, ingredients, herbs, you risk losing your life because people have entered these secret societies. They have entered these covens, and for power and for position, they have brought an oath to keep people locked inside of the system. That means that when you see people being gang stalked, when you see they have high energy, when they want to excel in certain areas of their life, you have to have a spiritual backing, which mostly has to be the Most High, unless you bow down or you're in some of these societies. Because if you do not, you run a risk of being taken out of here. So if you have not, it's only three things that you can basically do in this world, in this society, where we have this system. The system is built to keep people at a low frequency where they can be controlled. But it's three things you can do. Either you can bow down to the system, either you can join a high rank coven society, secret society, to get where you want to go, or or you can serve the Most High God and have the backing of some spiritual backing of angels, which overrides the system, which gives you the power and the motivation, the passion to fulfill what you were placed on this earth to be. Those are the only three options that you have. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people turn to witchcraft. A lot of people turn because they feel like those are microwave results, but they skip the process. What makes the man? What makes you for leadership? What builds that resilience? But I've been in some rooms, and I want to help you to understand those are the only three options you have to succeed in this life, no matter what anyone tells you. Number one is that you bow down to the system and stay at a low frequency where you can be controlled through these foods, through these items. Number two is that you join a high-ranked society, secret society, a high-ranked coven, to get where you want to go and for your dreams to become true. Or number three, the third option that you have is to serve the Most High God, receive what Jesus Christ has done, and having that spiritual covering of protection to keep you from getting killed when you're chasing your dreams and speaking the truth. Those are the only three options you have. Believe me. So I want you to understand that not everyone's going to see your vision. Not everyone's going to see what God has placed on your heart to do. Not everyone's going to see what you're trying to build. A lot of people will fight your success just simply off of jealousy, just simply off of envy. Some people could not know you, and they could just see that you want to become somebody, and it's not them. Now, some people are going to say, Caleb, now, I don't, if you are, I want to help you to. If you are one of those people who are pretending to be asleep but you're wide awake, you understand what's going on. You're pretending to be asleep because you want to get along. I don't want to be kicked out of the system. I want to be able to have a job. I don't want to stand up for the truth. This episode is not for you. I'm going to have plenty more episodes where we can stick strictly to business, and then you can, get the knowledge that you need to help your business to progress. If there's a small business, either, I don't care if you're in stage A, B, what stage you're in, but those are the worst people. The worst people are the ones that pretend to be asleep when they're not. So, as we continue on, not everyone's going to see a dream. Not everybody's going to see a vision. Not everyone's going to believe you. And as you start to progress or move towards your vision, the only reason there is resistance, people say, is the universe wants to test you. A lot of times it's not the universe that's testing you. It's the system. The system will check and do a thorough. The people who run the system will check and do a thorough background of your blood lineage and see is there any way that they can legally stop you spiritually. That means that my great grandfather he was so much in poverty that he sold our bloodline to a demonic deity so that our crops can grow. Our crops could grow. He could feed his family for that generation. And then what it did was put a curse on the rest of the bloodline throughout the years. So every time, what that does is it sets a spiritual embargo on every family member's life. If you ever see someone whose family, no one's able to stay married, no one's ever able to stay married, that's because probably an auntie or an uncle put a love spell on someone just to marry them and have them for the rest of their life until they died. So that's what, and in return, there has to be an exchange for me to have, and that's why I say, witchcraft and all these other things that people use in business to sell, they're selfish, because what they don't understand is they're sacrificing their children's, making it harder. When someone does come along and they try to break those curses or break those patterns, it's been programmed so deeply for so many generations that it's kind of hard for your daughter or your son to escape death. Because when you're trying to break these curses to get out of these certain patterns that were established for generations, for probably thousands of years, they will try to execute you. People who hold up the system will try to execute you. It is their job, and I want you to know that it is their job. No, these are some deep secrets of the world that we live in, but they will try to execute you for chasing your dream. That's why you see a lot of people, they give up on the verge of their dream, or some people they bow down. There is rarely anyone. Now I know that there's knowledge that you have to have. There's rarely anyone who has became successful without getting their hands dirty. That means they didn't knock anyone else out of the box. Now I don't mean knock anyone out of the box by just pure skill, competition, and utilizing their gifts and what they have to succeed. Now when I mean knocking someone out of the box is when they intentionally target someone to destroy their life or destroy their hard work so that they could be the one that's visible. So they could be visible in the eyes of the people that will help them to generate capital, or will give them that capital for their business. So all of this is true, but not everyone is going to see your vision. So number 3, what we have is learn how to celebrate small wins. Learn how to celebrate those small wins. It's like, I don't care how small they are. Now, I don't mean just everything you do, you wake up in the morning, you celebrate it. You brush your teeth, you celebrate it. Don't be a celebration junkie. But what I want you to understand is that if you set a goal to get up at 3 o'clock every morning, if you get up despite how you feel, despite how your energy is, if you get up, developing that discipline and you get up, start to celebrate that, man. This whole week, man, I got up on time, man. I executed. I took steps toward making sure that my dream starts to come to fruition. Celebrate that, man. I don't care what it is, man. Celebrate that. If it's a cheat day, man, get you a Snickers ice cream. I don't know what you do. Go golfing. Go, celebrate those wins. Also, do not celebrate too long. You don't want to get a contract for $20 million and you're celebrating for a week. So you have to be careful, but celebrate those small wins. Those small wins will help you to, have the motivation and things you need to get to the next level. Also, some of the things that you can celebrate, those small wins along your journey is, getting up on time, fulfilling commitments that you have, developing task management skills and time management skills. Those are 2 things you need. You need time management skills and you need task management skills. You need to learn how to manage these tasks in a timely fashion, and you also need time management skills. Do not wait until it's too late or you're right on the verge of something, you miss it. You need to be prepared for an opportunity, and you need to discipline yourself to a point where you will always be on time or be ahead of time so that you do not miss out on things that can drive your career further. Once again, this is the House of Business Podcast 2.0. This is your host, Caleb Thompson. I want everybody to know, man, that the knowledge that was poured into this podcast, I want you to really take this into consideration. Really take into consideration what I've said about, the 3 outlets or the 3 doors, and how there are certain gatekeepers at these doors. Even with the 3rd one that I said, you're still gonna need the keys to get through certain gates, and God will put on the hearts of people. That's one thing about God. See, God trumps everything. God will make your enemies bless you. You know what I mean? When you live according to the standard of another government, spiritual government, which is the kingdom of God, certain things in this world will happen. Despite if they want to do it or not. Despite if somebody wants to bless you, if they want to give you that job, when sometimes they have no choice. When God says it, give it to them, they have to do it. So there is a higher authority than these secret societies. There is a higher authority than the system itself. And we're breaking out of the system, man. We're chasing our dreams. We're chasing our goals. We are not going to bow down to the system, and we are going to fight against those who have taken an oath and a vow to keep us locked in a system just for power, just for some magic tricks. I know people that sold their soul just for a position. and a couple, like Kanye West said, man, a Happy Meal and some toys. But it's not worth it, man. It's not worth your bloodline being stuck or having an embargo, a spiritual embargo on your family. You can have somebody in your family that wants to break the curse of poverty, but they cannot because they have bowed down to these certain powers, entered these secret societies that put an embargo of poverty on their bloodline. So you have to be careful, man, with what you attach yourself to. And this is the House of Business Podcast 2.0. It's your host, Caleb Thompson. This is the place where we give you the knowledge and tools to execute your dreams and visions. And we'll see you back here Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.